All right, what is up, everybody? Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is Craig. Me and my buddy Chris started this as Detroit Lions fans, and honestly, we just love talking football, and we love talking about the Detroit Lions, the team we love, grew up loving, and we hope that you view our opinion as something that might be a little bit different. That's what we like to do. We like to talk about the things that the mainstream isn't always talking about. We like to give you a little look into it, and we like to engage with you, the people who are watching this. I mean, it is just such a blessing that we can do this as a side gig in addition to our normal jobs. It's just so cool that we get to come on here and talk football. So if you have yet to subscribe, feel free to do that. It would be helpful to us. And if not, that's okay. You can get your news somewhere else, but we really hope that you enjoy what we're doing here, videos each and every day. And as I was thinking about this team, just how nice it is to be a fan of the Detroit Lions right now. I got three things in this video, but what I want to start with is a rookie that many of us have forgotten about. I think many of you have forgotten about. I know at times or for weeks I have as well, because you haven't seen him on the field. Okay, but he's back. And he's with the team. And there was a scary moment with Ahmed Hassanin when he was cut. He was let go. It was over. And we're like, what just happened? Because he showed promise. He showed promise. He showed flash. He showed some of those things where you're like, this dude could be an important piece of this team going forward. Maybe not now, maybe not in week 1, 2, 3, but maybe toward the back end of this year, and definitely next year and the year after that. And then he got hurt, and then he got cut. And you're just like, okay, what? Like, we spent a draft pick on him. Well, a reporter was talking to Ahmed Hassanin in the Lions locker room recently, and this is what Hassanin had to say about this team, this organization, and honestly, who he is. And so I want you to be able to hear that from him. Here you go.
When we talked to Brad about the decision to waive you with an injury settlement, he was confident, bottom line, he's going to be a Detroit Lion. Just what was your side of that equation?
I mean, it was absolutely the same. I mean, I'm a loyal guy, and this team picked me for a reason, and I truly feel like this is the best team for me, and this team means everything to me, and because when somebody picks me, I'm a loyal guy, man. I stick with them, and I don't want to leave. And I was talking to my agent, and he was telling me like, oh yeah, like all 31 called and just asking about you, and I was like, man, I am not going anywhere. I'm staying here because this is where I want to be, and this team believes in me, and I love them, and I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so when we look at that, when I see that, like, yes, I see a loyal guy. There's other situations that have come up in the last 2 or 3 days where loyalty was the driving factor in all of it, okay? Now, it was Ahmed Hassanin where he's like, I'm not going anywhere. He could have gone he got waived. He could have gone to any other team. He could have told his agent, whoever offers me the best opportunity and path to playing going forward, that's where I want to go. Whoever offers me the best money, that's where I want to go. Whoever offers me a spot on the roster, that's where I want to go. But instead, he said, nope. I feel like God put me here. I want to be on this team. That was something that the Detroit Lions built with Ahmed Hassanin in the short period of time that he was with the team, from the time he was drafted until the time he was waived. That kind of thing does not happen in the NFL. This idea of loyalty, okay? But it's not the only place that this happened, all right? Dan Campbell, as we all know, took over play calling, all right? And here is what John Morton had to say about it. When he heard, he goes, I want to do whatever it takes to win. As soon as Campbell said it, I'm like, all right, let's go. What have we got to do? That's the way I've always been in this business. I've been cut 6 times. I've been fired. Man, you just march on because it's always about the team. It always is. It's not about me, goals and this and that. No, the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl. So I didn't even blink twice because I know my role here. How easy would it have been for John Morton to be like, all right, didn't work out. Thank you. You brought me in here to be the offensive coordinator. I don't want to do it anymore. Like, if I'm not the offensive coordinator, I'm out. I'll go back to Denver, right? And I'll become a special assistant under Sean Payton, and I'll continue doing the role that I had there, and I know it's going to work out just fine. But instead, he said, nope, I'm loyal. It's about the team. It's about the team. And when you have multiple people doing this, that is because there's a culture that has been set up here. And that permeates down throughout the entirety of the organization. Where I work at the church that I'm at, it's similar. Now, our loyalty is to the Lord, right? But what I'm also talking about here is there's an understanding of an authority structure. There's an understanding of, all right, this is what my boss is asking me to do, so I'm going to do it. And I'm not saying blind trust, blind loyalty, right, when it comes to football. And maybe John Morton after this year says, deuces, I'm out, screw all you all, right? Like, I don't, you don't know what's going to happen. But when you hear Campbell talk about how important John Morton is to him still, on the St. Brown podcast, Amon-Ra St. Brown talked about how involved and how John Morton is still scheming up all of the passing things and all that kind of stuff, which makes me wonder who's scheming up all the running things. Anyways, with all of that being said, like, he stayed. Ahmed Hassanin stayed. These are guys that I think will still be a crucial part if we can end up having success down the line and in the future. And those are the things for me that are so amazing to watch. Because when I see that, I can't help but think to myself, man, this organization is simply built different. And it all comes from this man. And I'm going to pull this. This is an audio clip of Dan Campbell talking about the tush push. And you're like, what does that have to do with loyalty? I think you'll see it when I play it. So just listen to this, him talking about if he has a problem with the tush push. Here we go.
Any problems with it this year? Does that cause you anything?
I mean, I don't. Well, here's why. I'm a purist, man. You take something else out of the game, then we're taking the next thing out of the game. Then you're taking another thing out of the game. Then pretty soon we don't have pads anymore. And then pretty soon you're only playing 30 minutes. And then pretty soon it's, so that's why I don't want to take it out of the game. It's something, a team's got a niche. They found something, they're good at it, and it's for everybody else to stop, and it's unique, and it's physical, and more than anything, I just don't want to take anything else out of the game. I just want to leave the game alone. That's me.
All right, why is that loyalty? Why is that loyalty? I don't want to take anything else out of the game. I want to leave it alone. I love football. I love football the way it is. I love football the way it's always been. I don't want to change it. I don't want to mess with it. He's loyal to the game of football. He's loyal to the game that he loves. And that permeates through. That is how Dan Campbell can stay so consistent in his messaging. That is how when he demotes John Morton from play calling duties of the offensive coordinator, John Morton can still stick with the team. It happened already with Anthony Lynn, right? That one was even harder with Anthony Lynn because Anthony Lynn was a former head coach. So that took even more humility in order to do that. But Dan Campbell has readily admitted when he's wrong. It makes it easier for the people under him to admit when they're wrong. This is a different culture than what you see in the NFL. That's part of what spurs on our success so well. A desire to be great, an unwavering work ethic, and the special ingredient, humility and loyalty. That is what makes this team different, and just a few things that I pulled this week that I thought were awesome. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.